What is up, my dudes? Back with another video. This time I'm gonna be titling it chapter 3 of my Tsubaki and the Oricalcos fanfic. Which starts off with Westcott showing off his powers and with the Oricalcos, basically, and he summons just to make sure that he won't really be. He tries to not let them enter DEM. He summons this dark mist around DEM and basically makes it like a do not come in sign, basically. And this dark mist is a huge reference to the Dead Alive video game dream that I had, where he summoned similar dark mist and would have ruled the world if you didn't stop him, which kind of applies here too. But needless to say, I accidentally, quick disclaimer, I accidentally said 6th for the past 2 videos. It's actually 9th. So, in case you, 9th is the other protagonist. It's not Tsubaki, which is 6th. It's not Tsubaki. So, it's actually 9th, who is the new protagonist, who is the other third protagonist with Yuno and Yuki. In case you guys were heavily confused, it is not Tsubaki. It is 9th, basically. I messed that up with the 2 videos. I'm not going to delete them though, because I mean it's just a small mistake. But needless to say, our 3 heroes go try to get into DEM Industries, seeing this dark mist surrounding it. They have a hard time getting in because of this dark mist surrounding DEM. Eventually, they actually get their way in, but this is when Westcott uses another ability of his from the Oricalcos. He actually splits our 3 heroes up, basically, and traps Yuno and Yuki in like a chair type thing where they're basically trapped. They cannot really move, they can't really escape, and this is for a purpose that you will soon find out about. It is because the next duel is going to be held with 9th this time. I actually allowed all 3 characters to have their own duels, which I really enjoyed actually doing. It's not just Yuki this time, or doing all the duels. It's all 3 of our heroes. So he splits them up, and so Westcott splits them up, and eventually 9th runs into Ellen, and this duel is one with a bit of a twist, basically. Basically, this duel starts off like any other, with Ellen saying her spiel about, you won't really be able to win, blah, 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 blah. But this is the kicker. She doesn't use the seal of Oricalcos. And you might be like, well, why? The other 2, Nibiko and Tsubaki, used it. Why doesn't Ellen? Well, this is the effing kicker, guys. Before the duel, she actually gives, get this, 9th, the seal of Oricalcos card. And she says, well, you will be the one to lose this duel by your own hands. And you can probably guess what that means. She's trying to force Ellen, or 9th. Ellen's trying to force 9th to use the seal of Oricalcos. basically. Which eventually they actually start dueling, and Ellen completely obliterates Ninth to where she is like, man, I'm out of options. There's only one option that I can do in order to win the duel. And that option is to use the Seal of Oricalcos, which she actually activates it, and immediately afterwards she regrets it, basically, and she yells out. The Seal of Oricalcos surrounds Ellen in Ninth, and now Ninth is crazy, just like Tsubaki and Nibiko were, with the seal actually surrounding them, and her eyes also going crazy, and she has the seal on her head. And eventually getting freed, Yuno and Yuki actually, they actually see the seal while trying to find Ninth. And so they rush over, and I think it was Yuki who says, "What's going on? Why is that Seal of Oricalcos thingy on Ninth's forehead?" And this is when the duel really kicks up and actually goes in to the actual twist, as Ninth actually says, "The Seal of Oricalcos serves me now, and all of its ancient powers are on my side of the field," which is a huge Yu-Gi-Oh reference to when Yugi actually activates the Seal of Oricalcos himself from the Yu-Gi-Oh series. Yes, actually threw some of his dialogue in there, because it's basically a huge reference to his duel against Raphael, which of course I just could not help but throw in there. But of course, it's only really Revi activating the seal and another twist that we'll add in later. But this duel isn't really the same duel, it's just Ninth actually activating the seal and going all crazy and all that stuff with another twist later. But this duel is completely unique, with Ninth actually going completely insane and actually finally getting the edge over Ninth. But this is really when Ninth's psychotic side really shines, as she actually injures Ellen, and she couldn't really attack anymore, basically. And this is when Ninth actually starts to taunt. She taunts Ninth. Ninth taunts Ellen, I mean, basically, and says, well, if you can't face the muzzle of a gun anymore, it's over. Time for you to die, basically. And Yuki, upon hearing this, says, Ninth, if you keep pushing like this, she will die. Isn't the point of saving the world about saving it without causing any casualties, basically, or killing anyone? And upon seeing that Ninth is really about to kill Ellen, Yuki actually uses the that necklace that he found during his first duel, breaks open the seal, and actually goes in and blocks the attack for Ellen. And this is when he actually loses his soul, basically, because since he protected Ellen was basically spared, and Yuki was the one who lost his soul instead. And of course, Yuno is just sobbing. She's just done. She is not happy at this point. She's just not. It's not really a good sign, because one of our heroes who was supposed to save the world, just lost their soul to the seal of Oricalcos, basically. It gets really dark, basically, if the story can even get any darker, but it does. But, and of course, Ellen actually walks off and actually is just like, wow, I mean, he's more of a, he actually saved me. Basically, I don't remember her actual words though, but it's something similar to that. But needless to say, Revi and Yuno are just saddened by their loss, and Ninth is like, dude, it should have been me. It should have been me, not Yuki. Yuki, come back, basically. And that just goes to show how badly Ninth regretted activating the seal of Oricalcos. She would have rather it been her for activating the seal in the first place than having Yuki lose his soul, basically. But this actually ends the chapter until the final battle against Westcott, or Oricalcos Westcott himself. Who will be the one to fight Westcott? You will just have to wait and see, because it is not just a one-person duel. There are multiple people dueling Westcott at once. Who will these people be? You'll just have to wait and find out. Because I don't really want to spoil it too much. Just know that it will be Ninth and Yuki, and then someone else who is just completely shocking, basically, to duel against Westcott, basically. But that ends the chapter. I hope you enjoyed, and I will have the next chapter up probably on Monday, probably after work. So hopefully you guys can wait until then. And until next time, peace out, guys.